before we get to the assassination and those critical few minutes, who was Lee Harvey Oswald?
That's the question, by the way, that answers the real question of who killed JFK. Because once you study and understand Oswald, and that's what I came to do, you understand how he was in the 6th floor of the Texas School Book Depository that day shooting at John Kennedy. One of the things that the Warren Commission, which was the official document that came out a year after the assassination, said Oswald killed Kennedy, it never supplied a motive for the American people. And you know what? You don't have to. I'm an attorney, a non-practicing attorney. I understand that in a criminal case, in a murder trial, you don't need to provide a motive to convince a jury that somebody committed a murder, but people like to know the why. And if it's the president of the United States that was killed, they really want to know the why. You get to understand that with Oswald. So he is a leftist. He had defected to the Soviet Union, but he's not a straight line communist. He has this unusual view, his own sort of political genesis that he's taken up, which is a bit of communism, a bit of anarchy. He hates the Soviet Union, which he thinks has bastardized true Marxism. He doesn't like the United States, which he thinks is a capitalist, devilish place. He's looking for Cuba, which he thinks is the real revolution. And he is committed to assassination, because you hit a very important point. In April of 1963, only months before he's up shooting at Kennedy, he tries to kill a retired Army general who's running for the governorship of Texas. And he believes that that retired Army general, Edwin Walker, is the next Hitler. Now, you can argue all day long that Oswald was wrong about that. I think he was. Walker was not nearly the next Hitler, but he was certainly a far-right John Birch Society advocate. And Oswald thought that he would end it all by killing him. He failed. Yet another of Lee Harvey Oswald. He was 23 at the time. Miserable failures in life. So Kennedy, when it does come around, is sort of a gift on a silver platter. When you say, who's Oswald? Shabbos, the Oswald that I came to understand, he could have been in November 22nd, 1963, on the 6th floor of a building in downtown Moscow, shooting at Nikita Khrushchev. This was somebody who was ready to throw a cog into the machinery of government. Kennedy was that opportunity. He took it, and nobody today, 60 years later, 62 years later, would be happier that we are talking about him than Oswald.